Hello guys, a very warm welcome to my channel Deep Cybersecurity. I'm your host Shubhadeep Das. A very short intro about me. So I am basically a cybersecurity professional who has been working in this field for more than 8 years now. I have worked with information security, network security, pen testing and things like that. I have worked with big companies like Cisco, Caterpillar, etc., which helped me gain a lot of professional knowledge and skill set. So this channel will be all about cybersecurity knowledge. I would be sharing my professional skills and knowledge in this channel so that you guys can gain something out of it. I will start with my very first video, which would be about a very important topic in the world of cybersecurity, and the name of the topic would be endpoint detection and response solution. So this is a very important and significant topic, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment and I will do my best to respond to all the comments. So let's dive into today's topic. Before going into depth in this topic, let us first understand a few basics. Let us first understand what are endpoints. Endpoints are any devices or any end devices that is connected to your company's network. Those devices can be called as endpoints. So as you can see in the list, we have a couple of examples which covers most of the endpoints. For example, desktops, laptops, mobile phones, tablets, server, printers, network devices, cloud-based systems, smartwatches, IoT devices, wearables, etc. So these are few examples. In today's time, with the introduction of BOID, which is bring your own device, and IoT devices, there is a significant growth in the number of endpoints. Next, let us understand what is endpoint security, right? So endpoint security is the practice of protecting these endpoints from exploits by malicious campaigns and actors. So since there is a huge number of endpoints present today in the organization, we need to definitely protect them, right? So today endpoint security is seen as cybersecurity's front line and represents one of the first places where companies look to secure their enterprise network. So you can imagine how important it is. Also, as the volume and sophistication of cybersecurity threat have steadily grown, the need of advanced endpoint security solutions have also grown. Next, why endpoint security is so important? Let us understand this. Every one of us know how important data is today. Data is a huge asset, or data is the currency of today's world, as we say it. So no company or organization would like to lose its data or lose access to its data at any cost. It will not only bring reputational harm but also huge financial losses, right? So next, as I mentioned earlier, with the introduction of BOID policies, not only the number of endpoints has increased, but also there is increase in the types of the endpoint devices, right? So there are different categories of endpoint devices now due to the introduction of BOID. So naturally the threat scenario has also increased. Next, starting from the COVID, we saw a huge increase in the number of people working from home or working from remote locations. These in turn also increases the security risks and vulnerabilities, since these people are not working from the office but working from different remote locations. Last but not the least, the threat landscape is not only becoming more complicated, but also hackers are becoming more creative and innovative. So I think these are a very few important reasons why endpoint security is really very significant and important in today's world. Now let us understand what was there before EDR that used to provide endpoint security solutions, right? The first one we see in the list is antivirus. Now these solution worked on signature based detection. So these solution could only find out known threats from its database, right? They were incapable of finding unknown threats. Next came next generation antiviruses. These improved better than the previous antiviruses because it has behavioral analysis detection capabilities using artificial intelligence. So these solutions were also able to detect unknown threats. But these solutions were not able to push telemetry data for further analysis on threats to better understand threats and cybersecurity risks. Next that came into the picture was EPP, which is Endpoint Protection Platform. These focused on presenting known threats using a combination of signature-based detection, heuristics, and also behavior analysis. Now, these were effective against common threats, but they used to struggle to detect new and sophisticated threats, right? So these are the few solutions that was there before EDR came into the picture. So now let's dive deep into what is EDR. EDR is endpoint detection and response, also known as endpoint threat detection and response. It is an integrated endpoint security solution that combines real-time continuous monitoring and collection of endpoint data with rules-based automated response and analysis capabilities. EDR not only has the preventive capabilities, that is detecting threats using signature based as well as behavior analysis, but it is also capable of analysis those threats through the telemetry data and also use pre-configured automated response, right? It also has the capability for responding automatically to threats, right? So it is combination of all these three capabilities, so it is much more advanced in nature, as we saw. Let's see now its primary functions as well. First is monitoring and collecting data from endpoints that could indicate threat. Next is analyzing the data to identify patterns. Third is automatically respond to identify threats. Last but not the least, forensics and analysis tool to research, identify data and search for suspicious activities, right? So this was the basic understanding of an EDR solution. Next, let us understand the key components of EDR security solutions in a bit more detail. So EDR security solutions provide an integrated hub for the collection, correlation and analysis of endpoint data as well as for coordinating alerts and responses to immediate threats. So it's basically divided into three basic components. The first one is endpoint agents. Now, what are endpoint agents? Endpoint agents are very lightweight programs that is running on the endpoints, which forwards or pushes the telemetry data from these endpoints to the main EDR solution server. This is the main function of an agent, and we'll see what are the data being collected in the next slide. The next part is the automated response capability or the component. So what does automated response component do? In an EDR solution, based on signature or behavior analysis, if it finds a risk or an attack, it has the capability to automatically respond to that. A few examples of automatic response could be to log off the malicious user, to shut down a process, or to send an alert or trigger an alert to the security team. So these are examples of automated response. Last but not the least is the component of analysis and forensics. Analysis is evaluating and correlating from the huge sets of data that these EDR solutions will have and try to find threats or try to find pattern from this data, right? So this is the analysis part of the EDR solution. The forensics part means to investigate a previous breach by security solutions to understand threats and attacks in a better way so that it could be prevented in a much more advanced way in the future. These were the three very basic components that an EDR solution should have. Next, we will see what an EDR agent is collecting from an endpoint, right? So we can see it collects data of network connections that were made by the agent. It collects data from process execution, that is what processes are executed by the endpoint. It also collects data from registry modification, right? If there is any registry data that is being modified by any file in that endpoint, right? It also collects data from currently running processes in the endpoint. Also cross-event events from the endpoint, and these data are then forwarded into the EDR solution to better analyze, right? Or to perform the analysis. So these were the basic understanding of how EDR works and what are the advantages we have using EDR. Now let us see that in today's EDR solutions, what are the new capabilities that we can expect. So in today's EDRs, the first capability that we can expect is a threat intelligence services. What is threat intelligence service? So threat intelligence is a huge global pool of new threats and its characteristics. Modern EDR solutions through these huge pools can identify new threats and also advanced malwares. Next is AI and machine learning application. Today's EDR is capable to automate identification and responses through AI and machine learning. So based on organizations' baseline behavior, these AI and machine learning systems can better interpret findings or can interpret findings in a much better way. Last but not the least, the attack type of threat intelligence categorization. This is a way of categorization by which cyber threats are categorized by various factors like tactics used to infiltrate an IT system, type of system vulnerability exploited, the malicious tool that is used to exploit, and the city groups associated with the attack. The focus of the work is on identifying patterns and characteristics that remain unchanged. So based on these categorization, you can better understand a cyber threat or a cyber attack. So basically, if IT security professionals get this type of capabilities in the new EDR, it is very helpful for them to face the increasingly complex cyber threats and also increase in the number and types of endpoints. So I hope you have a pretty good understanding now of how EDR works, what is EDR and why is it so important today. Last but not the least, I would like to share a slide on a few popular EDR solutions that we have. Sentinel-1, CrowdStrike Falcon, Train Micro, Cortex by Palo Alto, Trellix, VMware Carbon. These are some of the very popular EDR solutions that we have today. There are also many others, but these were the most popular. I hope I am clear with my explanation of EDR solutions today. If you have any queries, questions, please do comment, and also please comment about what video or what explanation or what topics you want me to explain or make video on. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.